Welcome to Glow English, the channel where we learn English through real, useful, and exciting topics. If you're at the B1 or B2 level, this is the perfect place to build your vocabulary, listening skills, and cultural knowledge. Today, we have something truly fascinating. We're about to explore Australia in a way that goes far beyond maps and tourist brochures, and answer one big question. Which is the best place to live in Australia? So whether you're thinking about moving, planning a long stay, or just curious about life across this vast country, this guide will give you insight, comparisons, and maybe even a surprising answer. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's travel across Australia. Australia is a beautiful and diverse country. But did you know that life in Sydney is very different from life in Hobart? Or that the weather in Darwin is nothing like Melbourne's? Australia has 6 states and 2 mainland territories. Each one has its own lifestyle, job market, cost of living, and environment. So, let's explore it all and find out which state in Australia is truly the best. First, New South Wales, capital city is Sydney, the heart of business. New South Wales is Australia's most populated state. Its capital is Sydney, the largest city in the country and is known all over the world. To begin with, Sydney is the financial and business hub of Australia. You'll find many jobs in finance, tech, healthcare, and education. It's also a popular destination for international students. The public transport system is well developed, and of course, it has the iconic Sydney Opera House and Bondi Beach. However, despite these benefits, there are some challenges to living here. Sydney is also the most expensive city in Australia, especially when it comes to rent and property. Many people struggle with the city's fast-paced lifestyle, long work hours, and constant traffic congestion. So, who is it good for? If you're focused on career growth and don't mind the higher living expenses that come with big city life, or if you love the energy of a big city, New South Wales might be perfect. Second, Victoria, capital Melbourne, the creative soul of Australia. Victoria is Australia's second smallest state, but it has a lot to offer. Its capital, Melbourne, is famous for art, music, food, and coffee. One of the biggest advantages of living in Melbourne is its vibrant culture and livability. It's often ranked among the best cities in the world to live in. Public transport is widespread, and the city is filled with green parks, cafes, galleries, and universities like the University of Melbourne and Monash University. Melbourne also hosts international sports events and film festivals year-round. On the downside, Melbourne's weather is unpredictable. You might experience sunshine, wind, and rain all in the same day. Additionally, traffic can be heavy during peak hours, and housing close to the city center is expensive. If you enjoy a creative and multicultural lifestyle, and you don't mind the moody weather, Victoria could be a fantastic place to call home. Third, Queensland, capital Brisbane, with beaches, sunshine, and laid-back living. Next, we travel to Queensland, also known as the Sunshine State. Queensland is famous for its warm weather and beautiful beaches. Cities like Brisbane, the Gold Coast, and Cairns attract both tourists and new residents thanks to their pleasant climate and relaxed lifestyle. One of Queensland's biggest strengths is its natural beauty. The Great Barrier Reef, tropical rainforests, and endless beaches make it ideal for outdoor lovers. The cost of living is lower than in Sydney or Melbourne, and the weather is warm most of the year. It's also a great place for tourism-related work, agriculture, and mining. However, there are limitations. The job market is less diverse compared to New South Wales and Victoria. It can feel too quiet for people who enjoy busy city life. In addition, some areas are prone to flooding and cyclones, especially in the far north. If you're looking for sun, sea, and a slower pace of life, Queensland may be just what you need. 4th, Western Australia, capital city Perth. Land of opportunity in mining and resources. Heading west, Western Australia covers a third of the whole country. The capital, Perth, is modern but more isolated than other cities. Western Australia's economy is powered by mining and natural resources, which creates high-paying jobs, particularly in engineering and skilled trades. Perth is a clean, modern city with beautiful beaches and a lower cost of living than Sydney or Melbourne. That said, Western Australia is quite isolated. It's far from other major cities, and domestic travel often takes longer and costs more. In addition, the job market is narrower, with fewer positions in creative or tech industries. Western Australia is ideal for those seeking well-paid work in resource sectors like mining or engineering, or for people who prefer wide open space and quieter cities. 5th, South Australia, capital city, Adelaide. Affordable and peaceful. South Australia's capital, Adelaide, often described as one of the most affordable cities in the country. Living in Adelaide offers several advantages. Housing is relatively affordable, and the city is known for its calm, relaxed lifestyle and strong sense of community. The region is famous for its wine production, cultural festivals, and wide open spaces, making it an attractive place for both families and retirees. In addition, Adelaide is a popular choice for international students, thanks to well-regarded universities such as the University of Adelaide and University of South Australia. However, the economic activity is lower than in bigger states. Job opportunities are more limited, especially in fields like finance or IT. If you're looking for a fast-paced life or a big career boost, Adelaide might feel a bit too quiet. Still, for people who prioritize peace, affordability, and community, South Australia is a top pick. 6th, Tasmania, capital city Hobart. Nature's paradise. Tasmania is a small island state south of the mainland which offers a totally different experience. Its capital is Hobart. This small island state is famous for its stunning landscapes and amazing natural scenery, including forests, mountains, and beaches. It has fresh air and a slow pace of life, making it perfect for those who enjoy hiking, nature photography, or simply escaping the stress of big cities. The cost of housing is also more affordable than in most mainland capital cities. On the other hand, Tasmania has a very limited job market, especially in specialized industries. Winters can be cold and wet, and access to healthcare or certain services may be slower in remote areas. If you dream of a simple, nature-focused life, Tasmania could feel like paradise. 7th, Northern Territory, capital city, Darwin, a remote land of culture and contrast. The Northern Territory is vast, rugged, and culturally rich. Darwin is the capital, while Alice Springs lies at the heart of the desert. One of the territory's strengths is its unique cultural heritage, including strong indigenous communities and sacred natural landmarks like Uluru. Many jobs here are in mining, healthcare, public service, or working with remote communities. Wages can be high, and there are often financial incentives for working in remote areas. However, the climate is very hot and humid, especially in the north. The region is also far from major cities and has fewer services and career options. The Northern Territory suits people who are adventurous, independent, and interested in working in regional or indigenous-focused sectors. 8th, Australian Capital Territory, capital city, Canberra, the government hub. Last but not least, we have the Australian Capital Territory, home to Canberra, the national capital of Australia. Canberra is a well-planned city, full of parks, bike paths, and quiet suburbs. It's also the centre of government and policy work in Australia, which means high-paying jobs in the public sector. The city has excellent education options, including the Australian National University, and is very safe and family-oriented. However, Canberra can feel too quiet for those used to bigger cities. The climate includes cold winters, and job opportunities outside of government are more limited. If you're looking for stability, safety, and access to high-level education and jobs, Australian Capital Territory is a solid choice. So, which state is the best? Now that we've explored each region, it's time to consider the big question. Which state or territory is the best to live in? The truth is, there is no one-size-fits-all answer. The best place depends on your personal lifestyle, career goals, financial situation, and preferred environment. If your top priority is career development and higher earning potential, New South Wales and Victoria offer the largest and most diverse job markets, especially in industries like finance, healthcare, education, and technology. These states also host some of the country's top universities and international companies, although the cost of living is significantly higher. If you're looking for a balance between warm weather, nature, and lower housing costs, Queensland may be a good option. It offers a more relaxed lifestyle and opportunities in sectors like tourism, agriculture, and construction, particularly in cities like Brisbane and the Gold Coast. South Australia is another affordable choice, especially attractive for families and students, with a slower pace of life and lower housing costs, though the job market is smaller. For those who prefer quiet surroundings and natural beauty, Tasmania offers some of the most unspoiled landscapes in the country. It's ideal for remote workers, creatives, or retirees who value a peaceful, nature-based lifestyle, but job options can be limited. If you're in mining, engineering, or skilled trades, Western Australia and the Northern Territory offer well-paid opportunities, especially in resource-rich areas. These regions often provide higher wages to attract workers to remote or regional locations, but they come with a more isolated lifestyle and harsh climates. Finally, if your goal is to work in government, policy, or research, the Australian Capital Territory, ACT, is a strong contender. Canberra offers high average incomes, excellent schools, and a safe, structured environment, though it may not appeal to those seeking a fast-paced or cosmopolitan lifestyle. In conclusion, the best state or territory to live in is the one that aligns most closely with your goals, personality, and way of life. Australia's diversity means there truly is a place for everyone, whether you're chasing career success, a slower pace, or a connection to nature. Thank you for joining us on this journey across Australia. If you enjoyed this video and want more English learning content about life, culture, and real decisions, be sure to like this video, subscribe to Glow English, and share it with your friends learning English too. Until next time, keep glowing and keep growing.